Welcome back everyone. So in this video I am sharing two things with you. The first is how to encapsulate chunky glitter in a full nail tip with Polygel, and the second is the new big trend, the neon pigment trend, except I'm doing it a little different than everybody else. I'm going to do it with stamping. So watch the whole video and I'll show you the process from pretty much the beginning to doing the chunky glitter and the neon pigment. So we'll get started right away. So I'm just starting off by wiping the inside of these tips. Now these tips are from AliExpress. I'll put that link down in the description. They're one of the best tips I found for doing the full nail tips with the Polygel. Now I did file out the inside of them. If you want to see how to do that, just watch the video in the top right hand corner. It's a better explanation of what I'm doing. So to begin with, now I'm just taking my Young Nails Protein Bond and I just put it on the natural nails. Now I'm taking my GLAM base coat and I'm putting a thin layer on all of my nails, and then it'll cure, of course, for those 60 seconds. So the Polygel I'll be using today is Gel Light Clear, and I can put that link down in the description as well. It's actually a really good polygel. It's very thick, but I guess that makes it really good because I really like this one. So I'm just going to put it on the nail, of course, tip, and then take my isopropyl alcohol that you see in the little dish, and I'm just going to push it down with my brush. And of course, a very thin layer is what you want, otherwise you're going to have a lot of excess product coming out the sides when you push it down. So I'm only going to show you a couple of the nails, this one, and then of course I'll be doing the encapsulated glitter, but I'm just going to take that brush now and clean up the sides, and you want to keep making sure you push it down so it's down all the way, and then cleaning up the excess polygel that's come out of the sides. And of course pushing it down is very important too, because you don't want any air bubbles. No, I don't show it in the video, but I do clip it before it goes in the light. You can see that video, like I said, at the beginning, and it'll explain better about the clipping and everything. But so I'm just wiping any extra away from underneath. You don't want a big ridge under there, and pushing it down again just to make sure there's no bubbles and it went in the light. So now I'm going to show you how I encapsulate the loose glitter in the full nail tip with the Polygel. So right away here I'm etching out the whole underside of the nail tip. You want to do that because normally you would just do more of by the cuticle and halfway up, but because I'm encapsulating the glitter underneath here, you need to remove any of that shine so you have a good bond with the product. So once I do that, I'm just going to wipe it with some isopropyl alcohol to clean out the dust. And now I'm taking my GLAM base coat and I'm going to apply it up at the tip of the nail, and I'm going to go about halfway down because this is where I'm going to be applying the loose glitter. And you want to make sure there's enough on there without having too much, if that makes sense. So like I said, halfway up, and then once I get it on there good enough, I'm going to be grabbing the loose glitter, and I'll show you in a minute which glitter I'll be using. So I think this glitter is so pretty. It's a new one from Glitter Mix Canada called No Drama, and you can see that whole Glitter Mix Canada haul video in the top right hand corner. You don't want to miss that one. It's a good haul. So this glitter is so beautiful. It's the circle confetti glitter. So I did not cure that base. I guess I didn't tell you that before. So it's not cured. So now I'm just taking this dotting tool. Now this was also in that video. I love this rose gold dotting tool. Anyways, I'm going to apply the glitter with that and move it around, and I will flip around the dotting tool to the other side, and just going to keep looking and flipping the tip around to see if I'm happy with the placement. And once I have it placed to where I'm happy with it, it'll cure for 60 seconds. Now I'm just going to grab a fan brush because I want a little bit more glitter on there at once. It'll help fill it in quicker, so I'll just sprinkle it and then I'll get my dotting tool again and move it around. So I'm now happy with the placement, but at the very top, I just want a few smaller pieces, kind of to give it a little bit more of an ombre look. So I added just a tiny more of the base coat before I cure this, and I'm just going to put a few smaller pieces at the top. And then, like I said, once it's fully to where I want it to be, I will cure it for 60 seconds. So of course when I apply at the top of the nail where there's no glitter, it would be clear. So I'm taking some Madame Glam Polygel in Blush Peony and I'm just going to add that. And this is where I'm going to cover up the glitter as well to make sure it's encapsulated before it goes on the nail. And of course I don't have any of the glitter up by the cuticle area, so it's a nice thin layer of polygel that'll be going on the nail so it won't get too bulky. But I do flip the tip around and add some more polygel and just make sure that that glitter is encapsulated properly, and then I'll be applying it to my nail and doing the same process as all the other full nail tips that I applied. So now it's ready to cure for that 60 seconds, and once it was done, I'm taking my cuticle bit and just going around the edges in case any of that polygel has seeped out, just to make it nice and smooth. And it's very important to buff the surface of every tip just to make sure there's no shine left, so the product has something to adhere to. Of course, now I'm just going to wipe with some isopropyl alcohol now that they're all ready to go. So the top side is perfect, but I'm going to take this drill bit, and I got this from AliExpress too. I can put that link down in the description. If you want to know where I got it from, just let me know and I'll put it there. Anyways, I'm just going to file the underside of it just to make a nice C curve under there. It wasn't really bulky, but it was just enough. I needed to file a little bit, so you can do that if you prefer it not to be quite so bulky and just to give that nail a nicer curve again. Just make sure you don't go down too much, that you remove some glitter. Now I'm ready to apply my gel polish, and this one is from GLAM. It's called Coral Flirt, and it has such great opaque coverage. I'll do 2 coats of it, but you can even tell after 1 coat the coverage is really nice. And I'm going to be doing 3 of the nails in this color. So I've done all of the 3 nails, and this is my 2nd coat on the thumb. Now on the 3 nails that I did the Coral Flirt with, I decided I was going to cover them up so I didn't get any of the pigments onto the gel polish before they were fully done. So I will be taking a top coat and doing that next. So now I'm going to add gel polish to that last finger that I haven't done, and this is Daily Charms Perfect White. It's probably the best white on the market, like 2 coats, and there is perfect coverage, absolutely no shadowing. I use this when I do all my clients with the French tips because it does cover so nicely. Most I have to do 3 coats, but with the Daily Charm Perfect White it is always 2 coats, and it's the perfect coverage. So I'll just finish that, and I'll clean up any white that I got on the cuticle, and then I'll explain how I'm going to be doing the neon pigment trend that you guys have been seeing everywhere with stamping. So when applying the neon pigments, you can apply them directly on the cured white gel polish because it does have a sticky layer after it's cured, but I'm actually going to apply a top coat that has a sticky inhibition layer. I just find it sticks to it that much better. So I'm going to cure this for 60 seconds, and then I'll be pulling out the pigments I'll be using, and I can put the link for them down in the description as well. So these are the 3 colors I chose. So I'm just going to randomly place the pigments all over the nail, and of course rub them in as well. So there it is up close and done. So now I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm going to grab my plate. This is a Born Pretty plate, it looks like, and that's the design I'm using. So the trick with this, like most people will draw the design on the pigment now. Well, what I'm going to do is use my Born Pretty stamping gel. It has to be the gel, not the stamping polish. So I'm going to take the gel, and of course I'm going to put it on the pattern that I want, and I'm going to grab my stamper. And of course I'm going to stamp my nail, and this is obviously where it's going to work because I'm going to cure that stamping gel for 60 seconds, probably 30 seconds would be fine. Then I'll be explaining what you're going to do next when that's done. So there it is stamped. Now it's going to cure. Like I said, I'll do 60 seconds. And now I'm taking some isopropyl alcohol and I'm going to wipe away the pigment because of course the pigment isn't cured into the nail. Now the one mistake I did make, you'll see, is I should have had I'm not sure what it's called, the tape or something protecting my skin because I cured the stamping polish on it because it was gel. So I just took a buffing block and removed it off my skin. Now you'll see me top coating the nail, but it's a really neat way of doing this design with the neon pigments because you can take any stamping plate and put any design on this way, whereas you can't draw any design always. It's kind of tricky. So it's kind of a neat way of doing the neon pigment. I think it worked really well. They turned out so pretty. I love Glitter Mix Canada new glitters. Check out that haul that I did. So if you like this video, that would be great if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.